that being said, welcome the YouTube audience to Omen's Valorant Challenger South Asia, driven by Orangutan with our styling partner Philips OneBlade. We've got True Rippers and Aster Army walking up on the stage, but at the start we've got Kaizen and Wink showcasing themselves.
Kaizen and Wink, both of them have been the superstars of their particular teams. You saw Kaizen pick up one of the most impressive aces. In fact, I think it was the first ace of the tournament that Kaizen showed us with his KO on Ascent. Up next are Techno and Kishi, and I'm glad that we get to see Techno back in the server. He's kind of been on and off the team. He's been their sixth man, so he hasn't really been present for every single game, but you know who's been present? It's been RU. The IGL, he's been leading by example.
Exactly. Now, speaking about Aster Army, hopefully one of the main problems for Aster Army sometimes can be their jitters when they're facing against a tournament. We have seen a lot of those showcases as well. We have seen that jittery aim too, but hopefully today they're going to be able to calibrate all of that. Hopefully they're going to be able to get over all of that stuff, and we're going to be seeing a complete new Aster Army inside this tournament. I mean, with the way they have been looking against Reckoning Esports, it's understandable. They were looking quite phenomenal, but at the same time, they have revealed some of their prime strategies all the way in group stage already, so that means Aster Army will need to try and bring up something new inside the playoffs, because True Rippers is one of those teams that'll do their research and will try to boil you down. So you got to make sure you've got new stuff updated every single time.
Imagine if this would happen to pick up maps, yeah? Imagine if you played rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first in the map either. That would make things a bit interesting.
Kind of cool. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Honestly, I mean... But you know what? Jokes apart, these guys are already gathered up. They're talking to each other, and let's see what the map's gonna be. What the map video is gonna be looking like. And for a split second, we saw the map in front of us, and it seems like Crips, we're gonna be heading on forward towards Haven. I'm quite excited for that, but still, I want to see the bans. Is Split banned or not? That's my huge question and a huge concern for True Rippers.
Yeah, I think the map video's already been spoiled for us, so at least we know the first map. Yeah, going up next, I would really like to see whether Split is in the map pool or not. Split has been one of the strong points for Aster Army. If True Rippers ban it, I think that would be a really targeted one, and I would be happy for it. That being said, if Aster Army can target pick up Icebox, I think it would really work for them. True Rippers have been very experimental on that sort of a map, so if they actually pick it up, it might just give them an instant win. Oh, never mind, True Rippers ban it instantly. Cool, cool.
Ooh, so True Rippers is one of those teams that have been experimenting quite a lot on the map of Icebox, and it seems like they've realized the fact that their Icebox isn't that strong, so you might as well go and ban that map first, and True Rippers is going to pick Haven. As I said, I'm a little scared about the map veto, considering Aster has been looking really dominant on Split, but instead, they're going to go ahead and pick the map of Lotus. Crips, you remember once I said this thing where if you are a team that is the team of underdogs, and if you're looking to take down a giant Goliath in front of you, you might as well face him on a battleground, which is quite newer. So it seems like Aster Army might just want to bring the same strategy in here too, but maybe I can be completely wrong. Maybe True Rippers as well is pretty solid on this map.
Yeah, you never know, man, because you've never seen True Rippers play on Lotus, so I think it's going to be a surprise pick. I really hope True Rippers are prepared for this one. Just because we haven't seen it from them doesn't necessarily mean they're not prepared for it.
Let's see, moving on forward, taking a look at the Agent Select. I'm quite stoked for this, considering it is the map of Haven. We're not going to see a lot of new changes out there. Kaizen, as always, is going to go ahead and stick with the Jet. Pretty much basic composition, that's what I'm expecting, and that's what we're probably going to be seeing inside the game. But how is that going to be played in the game? That's a huge question, considering it's a new stage. Playoffs is the name of the game, where you will be having two chances to try and bounce back, but the second chance will be a little bit too dangerous, so you would not want to find yourself in the lower brackets. Try and make yourself consistent in the upper brackets itself. With that being said, the map of Haven is going to be starting soon enough. True Rippers versus Aster Army. We're going to kick things off on the first map, and that's going to be the map of Haven, where the pistol round's going to be the one to kick things off. Aster Army on the defending side, True Rippers on the attacking side, Crips.
This is going to be fun. True Rippers pick up this map for themselves, and they start off on attack, so that means they get to decide how this map begins. And if history holds any witness, then True Rippers are the kind of team that doesn't really stop after planting the spike. They want to go all the way inside. Now, we've seen them do it on Pearl, we've seen them do it on Ascent. Can they pull off something similar on Haven? It would be something foolhardy if they go for a really aggro strat like that. Most of the times when you over-aggress on Haven, it doesn't really pan well for you.
Now look, speaking about the consistency factor on both the sides, True Rippers, they've got Disrupt. This man is one of those players, if you find him in a 1-on-2 clutch, there's a high chance he's going to be pulling it out. That's the amount of trust Disrupt has gained upon himself. On the other hand, you've got a man like Doxer, who's been able to frag out consistently. At the same time, his utility utilization has been on the point. Now the first map, Haven, it's quite familiar to all of us. But on the other hand, the map Lotus, we haven't really seen that being played a lot of those times in South Asia. Maybe we've seen 2 times in the past the map of Lotus, but this third time in the playoffs, I'm quite stoked. I would really want to see what the composition is going to be looking like on that map. Before now, it seems like we've got a technical pause right off the bat, Crips.
Yeah, but luckily it won't last for too long, and we're gonna get started. Recon dots exchange. There's a very interesting setup. There's not just an alarm bot on A long, but there's 2 defenders guarding it, so they really want to double down on this area. Aster don't want to let A long go, but they left A shot relatively unguarded, so that's a big red flag.
This is quite interesting. They've got themselves spread out all over the place. One player's already on the A shard. That's going to be in the name of Kazin. Then you've got the KJ waiting all the way up in mid, outside garage. Quite an interesting setup, quite an interesting default on the attacking side. That's what we're seeing so far. Aster Army spots out all the 3 players right in front of him. This is where the lurk now is going to come in active. You do see Kazin sneaking his way all the way to the A site. He's found himself quite a clear pathway. Wimp as well gets spotted all the way up in mid, but this is where Aster Army will probably welcome the rest of the players that are trying to walk in their crosshairs. Their entire strategy works against them. True Rippers, things are now starting to fall off. Wimp, all by himself in the B site, is going to catch one, but that's all he's going to get.
Yeah, and the fact that Aster Army ban out Pearl is kind of... it's a testament to the fact that they have done their research. They know how True Rippers like to play. And that's exactly why you can see that Aster Army have changed their Killjoy setup as well. There was basically no KJ util towards B and Garage in the first pistol round. They know that True Rippers never go B in the pistol. And now they've placed quite a lot of util over there because they are aware that True Rippers like taking their default slowly. So they might as well stack up the B side and then play towards the extremities with just their initiator utility.
I mean, Zoa and Breach, they're playing so close to the links. I mean, if it's going to be a B-side take, there's a high chance that the rotations are going to be there pretty quickly. You do see Wimp right outside the B-site, trying to lurk around, maybe catch someone slipping by, but that's not going to be the case. Wimp, he needs to play this angle a little safe. If he gets caught off guard himself, things can be quite devastating and bad for True Rippers. But on the other hand, they get a quick stroll on the A site. Wimp on the mid, trying to catch someone off guard. Instead, he gives his position away. Does manage to find one. That's going to be the name of Doxer. But a nice shot from Wink to try and stop the momentum on the A side. True Rippers, they're trying their best to fight back. But now we're down to a 3-on-3 situation. Wink still managing to stay alive in the short area somehow. On the other hand, Kazin fighting for his life.
Coley being picked off kind of starts to ring the bells of danger for Aster Army. Now all the defenders are coming in from the back lines, either from short or from long. True Rippers aren't aware of this yet. They only know where Vink is. They don't know that Dominic has joined him. That's why they're focusing a lot towards the defender spawn. Both of them just playing inside the smoke. Techno spots out Wing. Still no sign of Dominic, but Aryu doesn't need any signs. He will put up signs of blood on the wall by painting it with his opponent's skulls. They were waiting to catch Wimp towards B. They know he lurks a lot in that area. They also deliberately kept Wink towards A shot rather than backing him up from CT. And that's because True Rippers always struggles whenever they don't clear out A shot like that. So they're playing to their weaknesses. They are aware about what makes True Rippers bleed, and they just want to use those orifices and make them bleed even more. But I'm kind of feeling scared for Wimp now. He doesn't have a dash back, and he's already very low on health. The only thing that can save him is potentially a flash, and it doesn't really matter because Disrupt will spray everybody down. Right there.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. Disrupt, a burning torch of consistency. Someone you can rely on all the time. This man is just too good. All 8 Storm is able to find good value amongst itself. There's a high chance we might just see a Thrifty coming in. Most of the Thrifties we've seen so far, it's the Jet putting up a lot of impact on the board. And Wink, he gets unchecked. all the way down mid. This is huge for Aster. They might just find a freebie.
And in case something goes wrong, there's 2 more players available over there to help him out. Wink gets away scot-free. And he repositions towards the mouth of B again. He just wants True Rippers to challenge him over there. The rest of his teammates are also present to back him up. Docs or Coley, each with a piece of their own, are ripping True Rippers apart. And here comes the carnage. Everybody descends down towards the bottom of mid.
And now, they should be stacked up for the upcoming round. Bladestorm popped out from Kazan once again. Outside B. Doesn't spot anyone. They are starting to traverse towards the C site. Kazan gets tacked up by the Owl drone. Things are not looking that great for this man, but he instantly finds Wink. That's a good shot. Wink being shut down. Kazan able to find that opening, the entry that they were really looking out for, and he finds another one. Kazan is still alive somehow, but eventually he'll be taken down. Aster Army, now they start to make the trades happen back and forth in their favor, and we're down to a 2-on-2 scenario. True Rippers. The players are now starting to get ripped apart. Argue down to only 18 HP.
Bot coming back.
Yikes, that was a very, very risky push from True Rippers. And they were so stubborn. They were detected not just by the Sova drone, but all the pieces of util that were present on Aster Army, they used it. Fault line, aftershock, everything to stop them in their tracks. And even the spike was dropped in a very precarious spot. If it wasn't for Ario's ultimate, then there was no way the True Rippers could have ducked the spike back out of cover going out. But now they've been given another chance. Double smokes placed right outside of defender spawn. This kind of makes it precarious for Aster Army to enter from that region. But then again, they're not coming from CT now, are they? Both coming in from long. Wimp trying to buy time with the nanoswarms, and the fake tap goes out. This will give away his position. There's no way they can kill Wimp. They will have to go ahead and kill Ario at the very least, who's already sneaking in from behind, and they don't know it. He gives away a point. Dominic still doesn't check. Goalie at least. He looks in his general direction, but the spike is half gone, and with it, the round as well.
A really nice round squeezed out by True Rippers. Players are now starting to stack up outside C. They're starting to make their way, and Wimp, as always, this man's able to catch someone lurking. He finds Kishi this time, but on the other hand, Aster Army, they bounce back on the C site. Dominic's able to find some nice crispy headshots. He gets another one in his hands, but and now Aster Army, they're just starting to line up the opponents like it's nothing. Last man to go in the name of Techno. Pull off anything, it seems quite tough. But instead, Techno is out here connecting some incredible shots. He gets a 2K for himself. Let's see if he's going to be able to clutch it out. Sounds pretty tough.
He knows where goalie is. Shot that to his face, and finally Wimp.
Core line's not evened out, but it's not too far away as well. The opponents are quite easily reachable, and Wink is going to straight up send it down mid. One player gets spotted out. Wink, as always, on the aggressive page. He finds 2 with a single spray down. One more to go, but instead, Vink is not going to overextend. He falls back.
Yeah, and if Vink didn't get them, the Hunter's Fury would have. The recon dot revealed so much. Aster Army want to leave nothing to chance. They know that True Rippers are on an eco, so they might have expected a super fast rush from them. And they're like, you know what? We don't want to give you the chance to rush down. We'll do it ourselves. And Wink still getting all the frags, still getting so much done. He almost has his Bladestorm back.
Wow.
Not even defending A. The rest of them are entering back from A lobby. And the one man who's been assigned to stop this is Techno.
3 players on the flank. Techno not spotted. Will he find out the last player? He indeed does. Techno kills all 3 of them from the back lines. And Aster Army, they get wiped out with heroic plays, heroic shots. Once in a lifetime moment. Techno cuts off the flank. And now the Rolling Thunder's ready in the hands of Kishi. He's just waiting for the right moment. He's just waiting for the right call out. Rolling Thunder being popped. Wink is going to try and dash inside the side, and that's what he exactly does. A double up drafts in, but Kishi's able to find 2 incredible shots. Techno is trying his best to keep his team alive inside the run, and he finds a 3K for himself. Good trades from the side of True Rippers so far, and Coley now, the last glimmer of hope alive. The spike's ticking away, not a lot of time left over. 5-5 is the scoreline, and Techno is playing it off with nice patience and key ultimates. Exactly. Oh my god, what?
On a killing spree! Man's unstoppable! A last-minute cloudburst could have turned it into a one-way smoke of sorts, but Aryu has stuck this ultimate and he's now in the back lines. But unfortunately, nobody from Aster Army is offering him any fights. They're all deep inside A short or playing towards the default boxes. And if they're not on A, they're already trying to work their way up mid.
I told you, dude, the only way to cut this thing off is fire to fire. Push aggressive against the aggressive pusher, True Rippers. Try and catch them off guard, and that's what exactly happened. Wimp managed to find 2 crucial kills in the name of Disrupt and Kaizen. These two guys have been wrecking havoc so far inside the matchup, not just in this matchup, inside VCSA. And if you're going to find a cure to shut him down, it's going to be the best thing you can ask for. Instead, Aryu this time. He finds a great way to open things up, and now it's all down to Techno with only 50 HP left over. This man's got some huge dreams. Let's see if he's going to be able to capitalize on those or not. 2 players in the...
It seems like we might just see one even now. A 4-man push out of A lobby for True Rippers. Meanwhile, Aster Army are knocking on the doors of Garage. The only person who can stop them over here is Wimp, and let's be honest, he has no hope of stopping them. The best thing he can do is damage. Doctor left to man the back lines, and Disrupt is able to get a kill or 2. The Paranoia kind of rips this whole descent into chaos. And Kishi somehow comes out on top. A triple for the man. Jesus.
So far, we have seen absolutely chaotic rounds, Crips. I don't even memorize one single round being properly executed with not a lot of chaos. Instead, it's just been an all-out war out of nowhere. It's a quick burst on the site and then hope for the best. That's what it's been. Yeah, you can also call it controlled chaos sometimes.
Controlled chaos. Yeah, exactly what I was going for. It's like 20 seconds of silence followed by 8 kills.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep track of.
Target destroyed.
Unfortunately, human brains don't work that fast, ladies and gentlemen. But these guys are definitely able to bring those. Yeah, their fingers do. These guys are able to bring up these kills like it's nothing. 8 HP only left over, and Vimp is quite paranoid. He isn't even going for the stick. On the other hand, even his opponent's not peeking out. The patience this man has. Vimp is just going to give his life away at the end. True Rippers have found themselves with a nice edge inside this matchup once again. 77's the scoreline, and Wimp, he catches Doxer slip by. Doxer saying bye-bye to this entire round for now. Aftershock being used from Disrupt to try and stop the plant, but that's not going to be the case. Wink gets the plant down, instantly dashes back. Aster Army, they're now positioning themselves in the post plant. They've got some weaponry that can definitely help them in the close quarters. But how much is the question? Few players are tacked up, and Kaizen finds a nice opening. This is the opening they can definitely capitalize on, and now slowly and steadily, True Rippers, they're inching the way in, and they're really just ripping the opponents apart. The opponents is ready to face death.
Head on.
And now they're down to a 4-man squad against a complete 5-man. True Rippers, they're pushing up against a full stack Aster Army. Aryu was able to find 3. He goes huge with that spray down. Manages to melt 3 players, and now Disrupt, as always, so fine with his utilities and his gunplay. He's going to find out 1 man. Coley's the last man left to life. Wasn't really blinded by that. He's got 2 shock darts available, but does he know that there's 1 player positioned in the cubby there?
I mean, you say that it's a slow round. Technically, it's still a fast one, but given the pace of this game, this seems slow in comparison.
What just happened?
Poor Disrupt got lasered down, but not all hope is lost yet. Wimp is in a position where he can crunch them, but now the hunter becomes the hunted. Aryu comes in to save him and kind of saves the day to some extent, but there's a flank upon the flanker, and Techno's in the back lines. Meanwhile, Wimp is deep inside TT, and the roles have been reversed. The attackers are now the defenders, and vice versa.
Take flight.
Oh boy. One-on-one scenario. One of the toughest clutch situations to pull off. Techno has got the Hunter's Fury available, but is probably not going to use it. Needs to find out the exact position the opponent is in, and Techno with that tap on him. At least they've got the sight control, so that's a positive thing you can look at. The counter recon dart's going to be there on the board as well, but Aster Army instead, they're able to find the opening in their favor, but Disrupt, he strikes once again like a deadly shark. And he's swimming in the blood of his opponents. Kaizen was able to find 1 of his own as well. And now it's all down to Dominic. The last glimmer of hope from the back lines. Manages to find 1, teleports on top of the box. And Disrupt, he knows. He sniffs his opponent. And he gets a 4K somehow. Even he's...
Dominic pulls off an Aryu. A huge commitment. His teammates aren't here yet. And Techno knows exactly where he is. Yeah, Aster Army needed to follow up on the back of Dominic's TP. And that's exactly why Dominic's dead now. But hey, at least they got the site, right? So that's something.
Yeah. They've got their hands on one of the Vandals, and Kishi is the man who's got his hands on it. Aftershock being used to try and suppress the push, at least for a little bit more. But Kaizen's able to get away with one. That's a good opening being found. Kishi still not really having a clear line of sight on Kaizen, but it's not going to matter. Wink is now starting to pop off. He's finding those crucial connections on the hits, and he's cracking open every single skull of True Rippers. Gets a good 4K, and now an ace left over. Argue misses that crucial shot, and it's not out of utilities they used on the B side. It's incredible. They baited out so many utilities, especially the breach utils right there. Rolling Thunder being used from both the sides. It's a counter Rolling Thunder from Disrupt, and he's not able to find the kill, and that's the problem. Instead, Wimp from the corner, he cleans all of them up. A solid round from Wimp. And True Rippers,
within touching distance of the victory, they will do almost anything to keep Ashrami away. A very early commitment of the lockdown from Wimp, but Kaizen! A double kill! That's what will set things in motion. A retaliation plan from Ashrami, but they can't do anything. Kaizen popped the Blade Storm, and he might as well pop their skulls as well. Ashrami have lost all their edge. Kissy had a lot of utility on him, and he dies without expending any of it.
One enemy remaining.
This is huge from Techno. He manages to find yet another one player, and Hunter's Fury being invested from Techno as well. True Rippers, they were on the map point, and now they will seal the deal on the map of Haven. Perfectly done from them, and we are going to move on forward to another map, the second map of the series, which will be the map of Lotus. But
Ari, on the other hand, probably doesn't have the option of doing so, he's going to have to rely on his paranoia quite a lot.
Careful now.
yeah. He gets stunned to buy some time off, and Kishi gets caught off guard outside the door. Don't exactly know what the game plan was for that man. Maybe wanted to take a little bit of map control if possible, but he got surprised by the players that were holding in the back. Doxer as well starting to push up. Aster Army, these pushes are really not working out in their favor, and Wimp wins out that duel once again. Aster, they try to be proactive. They try to take the map control away from the opponents, but instead it worked against them. True Rippers, they were completely ready for this entire strategy. Wink, this time, is on the A site, trying to play as cautious, trying to play as safe as possible. He does manage to find one, but gets instantly traded. Coley's still there too, but it's not going to matter. Kaizen is on a prowl. He's on a hunt.
Oh, nice one by Dominic, but there's still way too much heat on
that
him.
nade.
And the nade takes away a chunk of his HP.
Yeah, that was a Kobe, dude.
Straight up dunk on his head. I'm surprised he survived that. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he's gonna die the moment his feet touch the ground. Okay, maybe not now. He survives like 2 more seconds. Slid down without any foot to the A site. And unfortunately for Doxter, he yet again won't see any action. At least not yet. True Rippers knock on the doors of C site, hoping to draw rotations, and then they fall back after having Wimp place his alarm bot.
Silence across the board. Things looking quite quiet, at least for now. Not a lot of sound being made from each side, but finally some bullets were fired. And Aster Army, they're not really able to wrap their head around what exactly True Rippers is trying to pull off here. 3 sides to go. Presence is being showcased on every single side of the map. It's really tough to capitalize on. Kishi a little bit late to pop that flash. Will give his life away instead. Coley with this flank might just catch someone off guard, but he gives his entire presence away, and now the surprise element from the entire round's gone. And True Rippers, they get another round secured. Still able to pull off. Good flash from Phoenix. It's not going to be able to catch off anyone. Just a little bit of damage chipped away, but a great shot from Dominic. He opens 2 players up. He cracks 2 players' skulls up. And now Kaizen in the close. He will line all of them up. What they do, they take one side control and then completely rotate all the way from the back lines. But unfortunately for them, Aryu was the man who had the spike, and he gets caught off guard. Spike is being down all the way on the spawn. Not a good news for True Rippers, considering there's an operator holding in the back lines. How are they going to retrieve the spike back in the hands? Kaizen's all the way on the C site. There's 2 players out in main, just waiting for this man to peek out. He gets the spike in the hand. Coley, though, is trying to wrap up from the back. Maybe try and just suffocate them on the B side, but that's not going to be the case. Aster
man.
Army.
No, again they dropped the spike. True Rippers have only one weakness, and Dominic will exploit it.
RU has pinned himself in quite an interesting place. I think so somewhat. They know that there's a flank coming around. Showstopper was used, but within a blink of an eye, it's been completely deactivated. And Aster Army, they somehow get the grip back inside the round.
Unlike the previous round, now none of the True Rippers members are in the actual site itself. They're all towards rubble or double door or towards tree. This is great.
Yeah, this is really good. The post-plant positionings are there, and even the shots are now starting to connect on the skull. All the 4 players peek out at the same time. Indeed, it's going to be tough to prioritize one single target, right? And now Wink, the last man left to life. I mean, so far they've been able to sniff out the lurk. Wimp's been shut down, so that's a huge shutdown, I would say. Considering now you don't really need to worry about your backlines, lurk, no more mind games can be played. It's going to be a straight up execute. The Rolling Thunder is going to be there even from the opponents. And the counter Rolling Thunder is really going to start to work out in the favor of Aster Army. RU is there to try and bounce back with his team. And now these 2 players are flipping the switch. Make it down to a 2-on-2. Cosmic Divide's available in the hands of Dominic, but this man single-handedly... Look at Kishi. He's primed with a flash in his hands. And as soon as he hears any sort of sound cue, I'm pretty sure he's just going to pop the flash, peek out, and try to get himself rewarded with a couple of kills. And that's what exactly happens, Kishi. What a fantastic spray down. And then with also a tremor to follow it up, this man might just get an ace, but Techno denies it. But what a wrap-up from Aster Army. Making that aura. So Docs are safe for now. I like what Aster Army are trying to bring over here. They're trying to bring contact and all across the map, just keeping that surprise factor available in the game. A good flash, but Disrupt still somehow manages to cut down the first man. And if Disrupt gets a lifeline, he will shut you down. He's dismantling the enemy team single-handedly, and now Wimp with only 5 HP is trying to pull something off, but that just buys enough amount of time for Disrupt to cook.
30 seconds left.
And to get the rotations over here. The silver lining is that Vink has the spike on his back, but where is he gonna go? There's barely enough time to make it to any other sites, and if he tries to fight his way over here, he's gonna get pounded. It's a kill onto Arius, but then all the utilities in the world descend upon him. Bane Shell, Guiding Light, and then another Guiding Light on top of it. There's nowhere left to go, there's nowhere left to hide. The best that he can do is die over here, so he doesn't. So the fact that Aster Army get a spike mount itself is good enough.
Finished.
I like the amount of confidence Wimp is able to showcase inside this entire series, right, Crips? I mean, this man is not fearing to take those peaks. Orders. He's going to try to deactivate Dominic's performance right here. Dominic being spotted, and True Rippers, they're really trying to play off the contact, but Aster, they somehow bounce back. The shorty in the close range will shut down Techno, and True Rippers, they're trying to bet their best to fight back here. Disrupt the last man alive, but this time, he's not going to be the glimmer of hope.
If not, at least gonna be no way.
Disrupt's watching that, and Kazin is not expected in the close. And instant backups there on the C side. You can see both those players are now starting to push up, close and personal. 3 more to go. It's a 3-on-4 scenario in the favor of True Rippers. A-side presence is being given away, and Wimp is playing his cards right. He had showcased a lot of patience and caught Wink off guard. Techno as well is going to push up and catch Doxer. Not a good news for Aster Army. The players are now starting to fall off one after the other, and the shots from True Rippers are really starting to ring the bells.
That's the bell of death. Yeah. And I really thought the True Rippers were aware that there's a gap towards A-stairs, so I guess they did expect one member from Aster to move in, but not that soon. Regardless, they don't even need lines of sight to kill their opponents. One major info gathering agent taken down. And Wimp didn't even use any of his utility, so he had so much left, and Wimp on fire! He's farmed up his lockdown, he can counter the other one. And Aster Army, after waiting so long to get Doxer his lockdown online, they can't capitalize on it now. At least they broke it.
Lockdown was huge. Yeah. Counter lockdown was insane. Rolling Thunder as well being invested. True Rippers, they're really just desperate to get this round in their hands, and it shouldn't be that tough to get it as well. Doxer, a bunch of utilities just being forced on his way. On his face, he's blinded, and he will die to a boombot in the end. True Rippers, a great...